Now we are going to start with accounting for partnership firms fundamentals, that is basic concepts of partnership. This chapter contains 10 marks of weightage in the board exams. Now, as in the last year we have learned about sole proprietorship. In that sole proprietorship we used to prepare in the final accounts three major things we used to prepare. First we used to prepare trading account, then profit and loss account and the balance sheet. Now in trading account we used to get either gross profit or gross loss. Then we used to transfer that to profit and loss account. And in that profit and loss account, credit side we used to write down by gross profit, and then final conclusion we used to get net profit or net loss, and that we used to transfer to the balance sheet. And in that balance sheet, in the capital account we used to add net profit, and if it is a net loss we used to minus it, and finally our balance sheet was settled. While in the partnership final accounts we are supposed to prepare trading account, profit and loss account, and two new introduction is there, that is profit and loss appropriation account and partners capital account and balance sheet. Now in this trading profit and loss and balance sheet, though you are very much aware, but in this profit and loss appropriation account and partners capital account is a new introduction thing which we are going to learn in this chapter. And this chapter is not having anything more than preparation of profit and loss appropriation and partnership capital account. So there will be no full sums of final accounts, that is trading, profit and loss appropriation, partners capital and balance sheet will be not drawn together in all the sums which is coming, because it is a part of your project. But first we will learn here profit and loss appropriation account and partners capital account. Now what is profit and loss appropriation and what is partners capital account we will learn later on. First we will learn what is all about partnership. As in the 11th standard we have learned about the partnership. So in the partnership we are very much aware that two or more persons are there. At the same time it should not extend it to 50, but there are some other points also to be covered and which we are going to learn in this chapter. So first session of this will be going with the major things of that only. So we are going to continue with that. When two or more persons agree to carry on the business for mutual distribution of profit or loss, they are said to have form a partnership, where they will be acting as an agent and the principal of the firm. Now Indian Partnership Act 1932, who is governing the partnership firms in India, says that partnership is a relation between persons who have agreed to share the profits of the business carried on by all or any of them acting for all. Means what? Here that they have agreed to share the profit of the business, in which maybe all partners are engaged in the business or any of one or two are acting for all of them. Means in the last year when we learn about sleeping partner, then as partners by estoppel, so they are all connecting to this. Now sleeping partner, what is the role of sleeping partner? Sleeping partner is only giving the fund and they will be not engaged in any of the activities which are carried out in the business, but they are responsible for that. So this is the statement which is highlighting that carried on by all or any of them acting for all. Carried on by all or any of them acting for all. So this way this section is justified. Now how the partnership can be noted. the person who are entered in the partnership with one or another are called individually as partners. So when individually they are entered in the business, then they a business or a firm, then they are termed as partners, and collectively only they are termed as firm. For example, Ram is a partner, Shyam is a partner, and they run a firm named RS Traders. Some of the major features of partnership are as under. Now agreement. Now this all which are bold one, only that you have to jot down in the book so that you can get the idea, and I am going to now make it fast to make you understand this all points, because they are just to understand only. First comes agreement. Now agreement is not compulsory. Agreement can be in the written or oral basis, so it is not compulsory to have an agreement in a written form, but it is a natural way of relationship, or you can say mutual consent of each other, so that they can come into the partnership. Then partnership requires, every time it requires 2 or more person, and maximum can be extended to the 100, but Sections 464 of Companies Act 2013, that is empowering that there should be a maximum of 100 members, but the government of India has prescribed later on that there should be only 50 members in this, as per Rule 10 of the Companies Rules 2014. So nowadays, as in your last year business studies also, we have learned about that there should be only maximum number of partners should be 50. They should always be conducting a lawful business, and in that lawful business they will be having only like such a lawful business, like having a business of any of the thing which should be which is a lawful thing, like liquor in the prohibited area should not be there, smuggling or any of the other things, they all are termed as unlawful business. Voluntary association. The partnership form has no separate legal existence. Now they don't have a separate legal existence, means all the activities which are carried out by partners, the partners are themselves will be liable for that activity. Like while writing the books of accounts, they are having a separate legal entity. Like in the sole proprietorship also, owner is different person and the business is different person. In this way, while writing the books of accounts, it is different, but when it is executed in a normal life, then they are termed as a no separate legal existence. Sharing of profits. Now this will be in the predetermined ratio, as in the, like suppose Ram and Shyam are the partners, and they decided that in the future prospects we will be earning a profit, whatever earning profit we will be distributing equally, then equally they will be distributing their profit and losses. And any of the non-profit organization, there should be no partnership will be carried out. Like clubs, charitable institution and religious bodies are not having any of the partnership. They are termed as not-for-profit organization itself. There is no non-transferability of the interest. No partner can transfer his share in the partnership without the prior consent of all the other partners. Now Ram and Shyam are partners, and if Ram decided that his son will be now a partner in the firm, it cannot be approved unless and until Shyam agrees with that. So that is with the prior consent of all the partners, it is always required. There is unlimited liability, as the sole proprietorship also, over here also there is an unlimited liability. That is, if the company gets liquidated, they are liable to pay the claims of the firm out of their personal assets. But in the minor partners, that is not compulsory. Collective management. All are managing the day-to-day activities of the business firm together, and all have rights for the management. Partnership is governed by the Act of 1932, Partnership Act 1932. Registration is not compulsory. However, if partners want to decide to register, they can register the firm. Business can be carried out by all or any of the partner acting for all. That is, only one partner can also be acting for all, or all the partners can be also engaged in the business. Now comes your limited liability partnership. This is one of the part which is excluded part of this, which is introduced newly to this, and it is not having that much weightage, but we will learn what is limited liability partnership. It has been come into existence in April 2001. It is not much widely used, but they says that the LLP rules 2009 contains that administrative provisions for formation, management, reconstruction, winding up LLPs. Central government can make applicable any provision of Companies Act with the suitable modification. And the Indian Partnership Act 1932 shall not be applicable in the LLP. So they are somewhat excluded part of the Partnership Act, but it is a part of our curriculum, so we are continuing with that. Thank you.